Whoa now YouTube, it's your man 50 Grand Air Gordon with No Regrets Sneaker Cleaning. And today we got something different for y'all. You know the holidays just passed, and by the way, we at No Regrets hope that you and your family had a very wonderful, safe, peaceful holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's if we didn't tell y'all before time. But because it's the holiday season, we all got families. So we took off for that little week. That's why you got that double upload last week. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But today we're gonna do something a little different. And the next week we're gonna get back to doing what we do best, which is showing you how to keep your shoes fresh. So today we're gonna go over Jordan Brand's Spring 2024 lineup, which there's a couple of ups, there's a couple of downs, there's a couple of cops, there's a couple of that's bookshelf material. But you be the judge. So enough chatting, we about to get into it. Roll with me. No regrets. All right, so like I said, there's a couple of things in here that's some hot fire. And there's a couple of things that's gonna be sitting on shelves like books. I don't make the game, I just play by the rules. You know, I don't know who's responsible for coming up with these concepts, but you know, it is what it is. What I like, you may not like, and what you may not like, I might think is fire. But that's the beauty of being a sneakerhead. You rock what you want, you cop what you want, and you don't care who doesn't like it. It's just that simple. But we're gonna save that for another day. Let's get straight into this list. We're gonna start off with the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Burgundy. I'm copping it. If I can get my hands on it, I'm copping it. It's already gonna be a hype shoe, 1. It's a high 85, 2. And it's the All-Star Weekend release, 3. So that right there, oh, and number 4, I like burgundy on shoes. I just do. But that right there makes for it to be a banger for me. So this is going to be one that's definitely on my radar. And if I could pick it up, I'm going to pick it up. But the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Burgundy is going to release February 16th, 2024 with a suggested retail price of 200 of them yeah boys. So we just gonna move down the list to the next one, the Air Jordan 1 Metallic Gold. I believe this is a woman's release. Don't quote me to it, it's up on the screen. Now, me being from New Orleans, anything Jordan Brand or Nike drops with gold in it it's a cop for me, because I'm a Saints fan. As you can see on this back door here, this is Who Dat Nation all the way. I'm gonna represent home. I'm always gonna represent home. And when something like that comes out, that's an instant for me. Now, if it is a woman's exclusive, I wear a bigger size shoe. In Jordan 1s, I wear a size 11. That might be a little harder for me to find, but if I could find it, I'm definitely copying it. If I gotta pay resale for it, depending on the resale, I'm still gonna copy it, but that's it. That's one for me. So, moving on down the list, we got the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 in the metallic blue colorway. Yeah, I'm not sold. I'm pretty sure it's gonna sell out because you put the low 85 concept behind it. It's a metallic, and metallics are OGs if you didn't know. And there's a bunch of them. I think it's like 20 colors of the metallic colorway that they did. So I'm not sure which ones are OGs and which ones are like spin-offs, but I'm pretty sure metallic blue is an OG colorway. I just don't rock with twos. I don't rock with lows, and no matter how many pairs of them I clean, no matter how many pairs of them I get in my hand, I'm just not sold. So I'm gonna pass on this one, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna sell out. The Air Jordan 1 Low doesn't have a release date, but when it does release, it's gonna retail for 170 of them boys. The Air Jordan Metallic Gold, if I didn't give that release, that's gonna release on Valentine's Day, February 14th, with a suggested retail of 180 of them boys. So, just know that. Next up, we got the Air Jordan 1 Black and White. I'm confident. And I'm gonna tell you why. This shoe reminds me so much of that Jeter 1 Respect that we got back in 2017. I gave that shoe away to one of my kids, and I regret it because that child has since moved to Houston, and only God knows what that child is doing with my shoes because that child is reckless. But that's your kids for you. I'm missing that shoe, and resale, trying to bend the corner back for that Jeter 1 Respect is like $500. I ain't doing that. This is close enough. I rock with the colorway. I'm rocking with the concept. I'm copping it. But the Air Jordan 1 Black and White comes out February 24th with a suggested retail of 180 of them boys. So, no particular order here. Well, you know what? Let's do it like this. This one right here, I'm pretty sure is going to be on everybody's radar because it's sure as hell on mine. The Air Jordan 1 Yellow Orchid. Don't flame me too much in the comments for that. But the yellow boy, that fire-ass yellow boy. If you're from where I'm from, you know what that is. But anyways, this shoe reminds me of the Rookie of the Year. And like the Jeter 1 Respect, I had the Rookie of the Year. I got them on release day from Foot Locker. I came home with the shoe. I took one look at it, and an hour later, I'm back at Foot Locker returning it. I wasn't feeling it then, but little did I know what I had in my hand. The materials on the Rookie of the Year are so soft, from the leather to the nubuck or the suede. That was instant regret. This shoe reminds me of the Rookie of the Year. And from the looks of things, it looks like it's got some pretty nice materials on it. So this is a definite cop for me because I ain't paying Rookie of the Year resale prices. I'm gonna just have to catch this one and just make it do what it do. So this is a cop for me, like I said. And the yellow boy, Jordan 1, comes out on February 24th of this year with a suggested retail price of 180 boys. Moving right along, we got the Air Jordan 2 Python. I'm not gonna bash this shoe because I like the colorway. I rock with twos. I ain't gonna lie to you. I rocks with the two. I could see them overdoing this. Like Jordan Brand gets a concept and they just take off and run with it. And you'll see what I'm talking about later on in this video. They run with it and they just throw it at you until you get, and they just try to feed it to you, pause, until you just get sick of it and say enough is enough. And I feel like this is gonna be one of them concepts that they just gonna just keep driving and driving and driving until that car run out of gas. But anyways, the Air Jordan 2 Python comes out January 20th with a suggested retail of 180 of them boys. Moving right along, the Air Jordan 2 Sail. This a hard pass for me. Y'all got to do better with the 2. I get it. The 2 is the black-haired stepchild of the family. One of the main black-haired stepchilds of the family. But come on, man. This is the second shoe second signature shoe of Michael Jordan. Y'all got to do better at marketing and concepts with this shoe to make this shoe hot again. There's too many things you could do with the Air Jordan 2 that would make this an instant sellout every time y'all drop it. But y'all drop the ball on it too much. Now don't get me wrong, there's This Python thing, I'm feeling it. This sail stuff, y'all keep that. This a pass for me. But anyways, if you like it, I love it. The Air Jordan 2 sail comes out January 10th with a suggested retail of $175 of them yeah boys. Moving right along, the Air Jordan 3 Craft in the sail colorway. Now, take this picture with a grain of salt, because if you know what that background is, then you know what that picture represents. I'm saying that to say this may or may not be what the actual shoe looks like. This is the only image I came across, so I took this. But take it with a grain of salt. It may or may not look like this. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But the Air Jordan 3 Craft releases March 2nd of this year with a suggested retail of $210 of them yeah boys. Next is the one that I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the most anticipated shoes of the year, or not. I mean, it all depends. This is one of those shoes that's going to be speculated and dissected. Oh yeah, I just can see it. And that shoe is the Air Jordan 4 Reimagined in the bread colorway. Now you got some people who complain about the Durabuck on the OG bread 4s. It gets ashy. It don't look right when it's dirty. When you clean it, it fades. I can't do this with it. I can't do that with it. That's why you pay somebody like me. I'll keep you right. But then, I wish it was leather. I wish it was this. They give you leather and you're still crying about it. Like, the sneaker game is funny, man. You can't, it's no pleasing people. Some people are content with what they get, then you have others that just have to complain about everything. That's just life. Me personally, if I can get my hands on it, I'm definitely gonna cop it. Shoes like this out here are scarce. It's hard to find them. So if I can hunt it down and get it for a reasonable price, I'm definitely copping. But the Air Jordan 4 Reimagined bread comes out All-Star Weekend, February 17th, with a suggested retail of $215 of them yeah boys. Next on the list is the Air Jordan 4 Metallic Gold. I don't like this concept and I try my best not to use it, but when I look at this shoe, I get Poor Man Off-White 4 Sale vibes. That's the first thing come to mind when I look at this shoe. Poor Man Off-White Sale vibes. Now granted, it's got gold in it. It resembles an off-white to me in so many ways. And I could see people taking this shoe and customizing it, trying to make it look like an off-white. You're welcome for that idea. I'm not gonna do it. But I could see that happening. Am I gonna cop this? This is probably gonna be a pass for me. I got enough gold shoes. And the shoe just too plain to me. When I look at it, I see, on one hand, I see a poor man's off-white. Then on another hand, I see a white pure money with gold in it. I don't really need that. So I'm probably gonna pass, but that's how I feel. Now, the closer it gets to release day, I might change my mind. I mean, it's just the way it goes sometimes. But the Air Jordan 4 Metallic Gold debuts March 16th with a suggested retail price of $200 of them things. Next we got, and this is what I'm talking about when I say Jordan Brand takes a concept and they force it until it just gets to a point where people are like, man, get this stuff out my face. The Air Jordan 5 Lucky Green. Based on this picture, the shoe looks dope. I ain't gonna lie, it's a fire looking shoe. But that Lucky Green concept, you could have came up with a whole bunch of things to call this shoe. You could have waited a couple of weeks and called this shoe the St. Patrick's Day 5s. I don't care. The Boston Celtic 5s. Something. Anything. Stop running this Lucky Green concept in the ground. We got Lucky Green 13s. We got Lucky Green 1s. We got Lucky Green 2s. Now we got Lucky Green 5s. I'm pretty sure there's other Lucky Greens in this mix, but I'm not sure. I can't think of them all. But the Lucky Green concept, kill it, man. Stop it. Stop it. Dope looking shoe, but let's find something else to call it. Am I copping this? If I can get it in hand and see what it looked like before the release day, I might. Or when the release day come, if I can go to a store and check it out, I might just. But anyways, the Lucky Green 5 debuts February 28th with a suggested retail price of 200 of them yeah boys. Next we got, and I don't know if I said this already, the Air Jordan 1 Craft Ivory. It's another one of them damn shoes where they're gonna take a concept and they just gonna force it, and force it, and force it until people get tired of it and it starts sitting on the shelf like books. Don't get me wrong, the shoe looks dope, but after you release these crafts this year, let's kill that concept. Let's move on to something else, because the craft concept is gonna get old to everybody. Hell, the Lucky Green concept y'all started 2-3 years ago, and look where it's at now. If you ask most people in the game about Lucky Greens, they're not messing with that. But this craft concept, you're gonna beat it in the ground and you're gonna kill it. Let's stop it after this year. Dope shoe, but let's kill that concept. Let's stick to it for a little while and then move on to something else. But the Air Jordan 1 Craft Ivory debuts March 30th with a suggested retail of 180 of them yeah boys. The next one we got is an oldie but goodie, and I'm pretty sure my homeboy Mun is gonna respect this, and he's probably gonna be hunting for this like Elmer Fudd hunts Bugs Bunny. I couldn't even talk, because I know what he's gonna do. Shout out to the homie Mun. No regrets, y'all will be meeting him soon. The Air Jordan 5 I love. I know a lot of people been waiting for this one to come back, and here it is. We finally get it. Me personally, if I can get my hands on it, I cop it. And I say that because, if you don't put in the footwork, you're not copying nothing. I'm a busy man, so my time, as far as putting time aside to go shoe shopping and hunting down sneakers, I might have it, I might not. It just depends on what my week workload is. I got things to do. And the last thing on my mind is copping shoes if there's things to do regarding business. You just got to be responsible with certain things. So if I could cop it, I will. If I can't, then we'll see what we could do. But fire shoe, if I can get my hands on it, definitely. It's going to sell out. And the Air Jordan 5 Olive comes out March 3rd of this year with a suggested retail price of 210 of them yeah boys. The next one we have is the Air Jordan 6 yellow ochre, the yellow things. Don't flame me in the comments. This ain't nothing but a UNC C6 with yellow on it. That's all I see. Don't get me wrong, it's fire. I like it. But this ain't nothing but a UNC 6 with yellow on it. That's what I see when I look at this. And this is another concept that they're gonna force it, and eventually y'all just gonna ruin it. I suggest after this 6 comes out, stop it. That's what I suggest. Fire your shoe, but stop it after this. Will I be copping? I'm talking that shit, but yeah, I'm getting it. More than likely, it may sell out. I could see this one actually kind of sitting, just because of all of the other things coming out before it. I can kind of see this one sitting, but I could be wrong. But anyways, well, it'll probably sell out. That's because it comes out January 27th with a suggested retail of 200 of them yeah boys. Next on the list is one that I know is gonna sell out for damn sure. Why, I don't know, but I know this damn shoe gonna sell out. The Air Jordan 9 Powder Blues. I want to pass this shoe up so bad right now, stop even talking about it. I hate 9s. I don't own a single pair of damn 9s in my collection. I hate them. This concept, this colorway on this shoe, I ain't gonna lie, it's cool. I like it. I hate 9s. I just hate that silhouette. I can't stand them. So this is gonna be a pass for me. But I know this shoe is gonna sell out because it hasn't released or re-retro since what, 2010, 2012, something like that. So now I know there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna want this shoe. And that's cool. Me personally, y'all can have it. But the Air Jordan 9 Powder Blue makes its return March 23rd of this year with a suggested retail price of $210 of them yeah boys. Next we got the Air Jordan 14 in the Flint Gray colorway. Hold on a second, I gotta take a drink on this one. I'm drinking Coke, by the way. I gotta see this one in hand. I'm not gonna pass judgment just yet. I gotta see this one in hand. I like 14s. I'm still hunting for the Laney 14s, the high tops. If anybody got a pair out there and you're trying to get rid of them for a decent price, size 11 and a half, shoot your boy a message. Let's do business. But I like 14s. This one, I ain't gonna pass judgment on it just yet. I gotta see it in hand before I make my final decision, and we'll take it from there. That's just the best I could say. Is this one gonna sell out? Hell no. This gonna sit on shelves like books. But the Air Jordan 14 Flint Gray comes out March 20th of this year with a suggested retail price of $210 of them yeah boys. The next on the list, I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty excited for this one. The Air Jordan 14 Women's Low Love Letter. I'm gonna tell you why I'm excited for this one. This one gives me that All-Star Pack vibe. Them All-Star Pack vibes that came out back in 2014, where you had the Chameleon Jordan 1 and the Chameleon 6. If you would have threw in the Iridescent 11s and this shoe in that pack would have went nuts. And it probably would be selling right now for well over $1,000. I have all three of those shoes. I have the Iridescent 11 lows, I have the All-Star 1s, and the All-Star 6s. I'm definitely adding this one to the collection. Woman's exclusive or not, I got to have it. That's fire on foot right there. That's fire for your feet. I gotta have it. But anyways, the Air Jordan 14 Women's Exclusive Low Love Letter releases February 24th of this year with a suggested retail price of $180 of them yeah boys. And the last on the list is the Air Jordan 13 Blue Gray. Jordan 13s are probably by far the most comfortable to me of all the OG silhouettes or all the silhouettes Jordan wore. They're probably the most comfortable to me. I could put on a 13 and wear that shoe for hours. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna put this in the same box as the 14, the Flint Gray 14. I gotta see this in hand. I mean, the picture, it looks pretty nice. It's definitely giving me spring vibes, You be outside, barbecues, picnics, family reunions and shit, and you got this shoe on, you be chilling, you be lounging and all that good shit, but I gotta see it for myself in hand before I could say, yeah, this is a cop for me, or nah, I'm gonna let this go. Will it sell out? Probably not. It's gonna sit on the shelf like books. Most of these shoes are gonna sit on shelves like books. Most of these shoes are definitely gonna sell out. But the Air Jordan 13 Blue Gray comes out February 10th of this year with a suggested retail price of $200 of them yeah boys. And that's pretty much the list. So I told you what I'm planning on copping. I told you what I'm considering copping. I told you what I'm going to straight up pass on. Let me know in the comments what you think. What you going for, what you passing on, what's fire to you, what's not, or you just say, man, you know what, all of that shit trash, I ain't copping none of it. Or if you can, you're gonna try and get your hands on everything coming out. I mean, like I said, that's the beauty of being a sneakerhead. You get what you like. So you let me know what it is in the comments below. I'm Eric Gordon for No Regrets Sneaker Cleaning. We will be back next week with some more tutorials showing y'all how to keep your shoes fresh one at a time. Until then, I hope y'all have a great New Year's Eve week. We gonna holler at y'all next week. Let me know what y'all picking up. I'm out.